Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is another big coloring book haul video. The book I'm going to show you are not this. These are some of my work in progress I thought I would show you before showing what I bought. I think the last time I filmed a big haul video was probably around 2 months ago. I didn't buy all the books at once, but recently with the Amazon Prime Day sale and Book Outlet and Ollie, I did buy quite a bit. So I thought I would put together a video to show you. After showing you my work in progress pages, I'm going to show you my new books and then do a quick flip through and quick review and also sharing my favorite page from the books. Recently I did a color process video and it was this book, the Kerby Rosanes Reflections. This is the book with some example up front. And then I did the first page. I haven't finished yet, but compared to the video I showed, I had continued to work on the head a little bit more. And then I also completed the cat's eyes. I probably will add more highlights to the eyes when I'm done. So I use Kerby watercolor for the base and then use Prismacolor Premier Color Pencil to add another layer on top. This is kind of halfway through. I'm not sure why the artist decided to put the coloring section wording here. I guess I will have to figure out how to blend this in or take this out so that it's not distracting. And then this is a R.J. Hampson book, Night Garden, that I have been working on. This is the first page. This book belongs to Page. And I think this page is nearly done. I used Artex color pencils and some glitter gel pen from Dollar Trees. And then I also started working on this one. I kind of want to use a more retro vintage color palette. I used Tombow marker for the base, so I will add on another color pencil layers. The color should not be so bright and vibrant, it should be more muted. The page that I previously finished, I had a video for this. I love his work, I want to buy more of his books. And then this is a Creative Haven book, Glorious Songbirds. This is the first page. I use it to test alcohol marker. You probably can tell I'm not very good at it. I need to practice my alcohol marker. And then this is the second page. I try to color the base with watercolor and then add another layer with color pencils. You can see with watercolor the page definitely buckle a little bit, but since this is a single page book, so it should be okay. The thing with this page is, after I finish the watercolor layer, I try to flatten this page by putting heavy books on top, but then it ended up making the paper even more uneven. Before that it was uneven at the back. Now it's uneven up front here. So it was hard for me to add the color pencil layer to make the color looks even. For example, with the sky, I may have to use oil pastel. And then this one is Millie Marotta's Animal Adventures. I have 2 copies of this book, I believe. This is the one that I kind of completed using cheap gel pens. I found that some of the pages in her book is really suitable for this kind of coloring, just mindless coloring. I love how it turns out. I'm also working on another page here. It's easy, it's fun, and you don't have to think much about it. And then this is the page that I've been working on and off for probably over a year now. I think it's just too complicated for me to finish, but I will slowly and continue to work on it. This is a page from The Best of Beauty Horror by Alan Robert. Now that I have shown you my work in progress pages, I will continue to show you the new books that I have purchased lately. First, I'm going to show you a few books I purchased by Marie Trolle. I hope I pronounced this correctly. I think in this video I'm going to avoid pronouncing the name of the artist. Some are very complicated. This is her book Luna with beautiful design, beautiful cover, hardcover. The page is kind of a off-white paper. You can see that the composition are interesting and thoughtful. But some of the pages seem to be too detailed and have tiny lines. Usually her book is quite consistent, but this could be a mixture of her work. Some of the lines are very thin. So I have marked that this is my favorite page of the book. I love the composition with the black background. It will be easy to color, that I don't have to worry about the background. It's just beautiful to see these natures with the squirrel, I believe, and the pears and the berries. These should be peaches, I guess, and cherries. Too bad this book is printed on both sides. We'll have to be careful if I decided to use Neo Color 2 or watercolor. The next book from her is Twilight Garden. Let's do a quick flip through. Love nature. The ones with black background is really lovely. Some of these lines are kind of inconsistent, not sure why. These are beautiful work, really gorgeous. Love nature related artwork. If I am flipping the book too fast, you can slow down, or you can let me know a specific book you want me to do a slow flip through. This is beautiful too. So I have marked down this is my favorite page of the book. I think this looks like peony flowers, right? Not sure, but I love this page, the composition. 3 is always a good number. And then I believe this is her newer book. The color palette of the cover is absolutely amazing. Same type of cream paper. Looking through this book, I do find that some of the composition and drawing seem to simpler than the other 2 books that I just showed you. The page I marked down is this one, the same as the cover page. Yes, this is probably one of the best from this book. They are mostly pretty good, but pages like this, I think is overly simple. Maybe some pages look like a little bit lack of effort, but overall most are pretty good. Just compared to her previous books, this book is not as complex. Images are simpler. After hearing many recommendations, I finally bought one Rita Berman's Hidden Earth coloring book. The style is very unique. The line work feels free and full of energy. The images feel pretty wow. The artist really has a strong style. But because of the line weight variation, sometimes certain pages could look a little bit too busy. And looking through this book, I definitely think her pages are more intimidating for me personally. because I think she has a really strong style, and I have to be really good and creative, otherwise it may be hard to manage. Some patterns, got a test page, and this is the page that I marked down. That's not too complicated, with the beautiful framing and the rabbit. And next I have some Johanna Basford's books. I bought a second copy of Small Victories because I love this book so much. I think they are easy to do, and I want to use this to test my color pencils from different brands. So if you like to see that kind of testing, please subscribe to my channel. This is my first copy of Worlds of Wonder. This is a very popular book. I think many of you probably have done this multiple times. So I will try to flip it through as fast as possible. I marked down this page. I think this is my favorite, with all the buildings stacked together. The paper is kind of in off-white color. Some of the pages look similar to what you would see in Small Victories. I do really like this book. If I see this book on sale at a good price, it's likely I may get another copy. These are a bit too overwhelming. I like pages like this, something easier and stress-free. And it does have test pages. And I finally purchased her Christmas book. The paper seems thicker and better quality. Also, they are single page design, so you can use alcohol markers or watercolor. Some 2-page spread here. Very festive. Some are easier and some are more complicated. This is the page I bookmarked. I love this polar bear design with the Christmas presents. I'll be happy if this is the direction she's going for, with thicker paper and single page design. Give us more freedom to color. And then test paper here at the end. And then this is her magical jungle with off-white paper. And looks like this book has hidden objects. A lot of beautiful nature-related design. This book seems to has a lot of empty space. So if you don't like white space, you will have to figure out how to fill in the blank. Basically, half of these both pages are empty. Some patterns. This is the page I bookmarked. It's kind of like a mandala pattern, but it looks beautiful. I like the birds flying around. Kind of a cool design. And then this one is her Lost Ocean. Similar off-white paper with hidden objects as well. The line seems to be thinner and a lot of small details. A lot of patterns as well. In a way, I almost couldn't recognize her style. This kind of reminded me of Mili Marota's book with a lot of pattern within the drawing. I feel like some of the small details are way tiny, very small details, and if I have to repeat coloring all the same same design, I'm not sure I would do that. This is a very different book from her. I didn't check the timeline. This could be her earlier work. And my favorite page from this book is this lobster design pattern. It's kind of reminded me of some Victorian style design. Kind of vintage. Could be a cool wallpaper type coloring. Next, I have Lulu Mayo's A Million Kittens. The cover of her book is always so pretty. You do get a lot of cats on the page. Not sure I like the binding because it's hard to get to the center part here. Would be challenging to color here. The book is always very cute. Some pages on this book could appear to be a little bit too complicated. A bit too much smaller details. But she definitely put in a lot of work in this book. It's not easy to draw so many cats in one page. And my favorite is this page. This looks like the parents with the baby. Isn't this so cute with the love-shaped frame background? Next, I have A Million Baby Animals. This is a cooler tone white paper. Similar issue with the binding. It's hard to get to the center part here. Very cute. And the designs, they are not as busy in this book. Always love design with black background. These are adorable. And my favorite page is this 2-page spread. I think these are the ships jumping around among the flowers. To continue, I have Cozy Corner by Coco Wyo. The book has been very popular, but I believe this is designed by a studio, not by a single person. Thicker lines so that you can use alcohol markers. Single page, you don't have to worry about bleeding through. With certain paper, you do need thicker lines to use alcohol marker because depends on the marker you use. Sometimes they do spread. And this is my favorite page in the book, the post office. Yes, let's support our post office. I like that these are cute and simple, but not overly simple. Still a lot of details and items on the page for you to color. And if you want to be creative, you can add more patterns and designs of your own. Very flexible book. And then I have another book by the same company, Cozy Christmas. A very festive book. I already did some testing with alcohol marker and color pencils. Yes, I can definitely see why these books are popular. They are cute and simple, but also you have rooms to be creative if you want to. Their books are not just for kids. Adults love this book too. I definitely will color some of these pages during holiday seasons, if I have time. A lot of pages. And my favorite is this with the snowman and the presents and the Christmas tree and the cute street lamp. So beautiful. And then I have this creepy cute. This is an interesting book. Each page has some elements in purple color. Very unique. But I think the purple color can be a little bit distracting. This is a book that I probably will try to make it extremely colorful, dazzling, and crazy. At a glance, you probably have no idea what's going on the page. And this is my favorite. I love this page. I'm not sure if you are supposed to color over the purple color. Next, I have this book from Pop Manga series, Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures. Beautiful cover. The line work of this book is kind of casual, like sketches. A little bit of a grayscale going on. A lot of close-up faces. So if you are good at coloring faces, you should be able to do well with this book. I think my favorite is this spread. Pretty cool. I think some of the images are a little bit too weird though. So if you like weird and cute stuff, you may want to check out this book. Next, I have another one, Dragons and Other Magically Mythical Creatures. So it's not just dragon. This book has many other creatures as well, with the similar style. I feel like the artist is better at drawing creatures and dragons. My favorite is this cool dragon. Love the wings. It's a fantasy book. If you like this kind of style, I think if you want to be creative with the background, you get a lot of opportunity with this book. Next, we are going to look at some books from Hanna Karlzon. This one is her space book. It's a smaller size book with cream paper. These pages are pretty simple and easy to color. Love this. Some creatures from space, some aliens, I guess. And I love these both pages with the rockets. And then I have this one, Tales from the Midnight Masquerade. It's interesting, it's a smaller, thinner book. Also using cream paper. The design, the drawing, the artwork, they are very whimsical and kind of reminded me of Wes Anderson. Not in a symmetrical way, but the creature, the characters, definitely reminded me of Wes Anderson's movies. A lot of portraits. This would be a good book if you want to practice coloring portraits. And I love this page. Very classic. With the flowers and some fruits. And this is Grains of Gold. I believe this is some kind of a compilation of her previous works. So what you're seeing in this book, you may have seen in other books as well. I guess because of that, you do see kind of variety in style. But this is very different from other portraitures. The way she drew the hair is very different. And the line is thick, but the space is tighter. Oh, I love this cat. So beautiful. Next, I have this Summer Nights with the same cream paper. Because of the binding, it could be challenging to color here as well. I love her line work, very consistent. And I really like this page. Almost look like a pendant or something. I think this is a beetle, right? Very cool page. Many great pages in this book. And then we have the Merry Christmas coloring book. I love the red cover. I noticed that her books seem to have different sizes. Some are bigger, some are smaller, and some are thicker and some are thinner. But her style is pretty consistent though. After flipping through this book, I'm aware that by now I have a few Christmas themed books. That's kind of the reason why I want to do a quick flip through haul video, because that gives me a chance to look at them. And I love this one with the snowman. This reminded me the snowman I made when I was in Austin. By looking through them so that I'm aware of what I have and what I want to work on next, instead of keep buying. To continue, I have this Imaginaria in the Deep. This is a single page book with perforated page. Some already broken off. This is a very cool concept, but a lot of overlapping design, so it could be challenging and confusing to color. It's also part grayscale. Like here you can see some gray tone. with a lot of fish and sea creatures and some animals. Definitely an interesting concept. I do like this page. I think it's supposed to be the shape of the fish, but this one is not as obvious, and the overlapping element seems to be more manageable. Some are extremely confusing. Next, let's look at some Kerby Rosanes book. I feel like I have almost all his books by now. Almost. Not every book, but I did purchase a lot of his books. This one is Alien Worlds. Must be some of his older books. Futuristic, with aliens and planets, full of creatures. This is my favorite page. I think I want to make this colorful. I saw this page in the Reflections book also. He's always very good at composition, but sometimes could be too much shading for coloring, I think. If you like creatures, weird, scary stuff, you can find some here in this book. Looks like each page has its own little stories. I haven't read this yet, but I may take a look later. And then this one is World of Color. His work is beautiful as is, but for coloring, some pages may feel a little bit too much with the shading. Maybe a little bit too much line work. But otherwise, if you look at this as its own, it's beautiful. For years now, he has been consistently put out quality work. And this is my favorite. This is kind of weird with the tree creature, but I kind of love it. It's hard to fully open, so it can be challenging. Also, this is another double page design. So if you want to use watercolor or alcohol marker, you may have to buy another copy. Otherwise, you will have to sacrifice the page behind. He is so talented. I hope he move on to single page book. And then this is a Chinese version of Animorphia. This one shipped directly from China. You probably have seen this book before in the English version, but with the Chinese version, they come in loose paper, so you can take it out individually. Unfortunately, it's still printed on both sides though. And the paper is not very thick. I wish the paper for this book is thicker and single page design. Anyway, I feel like you probably have seen this book many times. I'm not going to unfold this and show you everything because it will take forever. This is his latest work, Dark Fairy Tales. This book is quite popular lately. I can see why. I think his style is really mature at this point. Too bad, still printed on both sides. Very interesting concept. inspired by fairy tales and stories we have heard. As usual, amazing line work, amazing composition. And this is my favorite. Look at the details on this pumpkin. This pumpkin carriage is just amazing. And the horses with the skull. I like the perspective going out that way. You can be very creative with the light. Yeah, this book is quite incredible if you like this kind of design. It does tell you the inspiration and the story at the back. Next, I have this magical mushroom coloring book. I think the line work is pretty good. I love to draw and paint and color mushrooms, so when I saw this book, I told myself I have to purchase it. But the concept of this mushroom, some of the concepts can be quite crazy and intense. And some pages like this with a lot of dark areas may not be the best for coloring, but otherwise it's a very creative book in terms of drawing mushrooms, I guess. My favorite would be this open book with the mushroom growing out of the book. Beautiful. And then this is the fairy tale and folklore book. This is a very popular book and I finally bought it. This one comes with a very nice, absolutely beautiful hardcover, thicker paper. Definitely one of the better paper, like everyone have been saying. The paper is kind of like off-white color, beautiful flowers, animal patterns. I think this book is inspired by fairy tales. It's a good mix of items, objects, people portraits, and animals, and of course we get a lot of flowers in this book as well. This is beautiful. Looking through this book, I'm glad that it doesn't have too much empty space in the background. I'm not someone who's passionate about creating my own custom background so far. I have bookmarked this page. I really love how a hair framing the buildings here. I think this is one of my favorite from this book. This is beautiful as well, holding the nest and eggs. With thicker paper, I probably can use maybe watercolor or alcohol marker, but I think it will bleed through to the other page though, because this is a 2-page book. I love this book because the design is not too tight. Some books has really tiny details and some parts are really hard to color. Sometimes small details can be very challenging to color. This is a really well-balanced book with great paper. Love this too. I think these are acorns, right? Look like a really young artist. This is a Poison and Passion, dark romance coloring book. The paper is single page and perforated, bright white paper. The line is on the thinner side, so could be challenging with alcohol marker. Probably easily bleed through the lines. I think the composition are great. The images are complex but not too complicated. I think it's manageable. These are probably great for Halloween. If you like horror stuff, I think this is pretty good. A little scary, but not over the top creepy. Personally, I don't do too much horror stuff because I think staring at this too much may give me nightmare. Too much horror going on around the world already. I think I need some fun stuff. I think this one is my favorite page. Look at the eye. It really captures your attention. And then I have this Glory Underworld. This is going to be darker than the previous book. Same single page design with bright white paper. This reminded me of those horror TV shows on Netflix. I think this is my favorite page from the book. It's kind of scary, she's just standing here. Yeah, some of these probably too intense, can be unpleasant if you don't like horror stuff. Yeah, some are quite creepy. Ooh. These images are giving me chill. It would be very impressive if you are able to complete every page in this book. If you have done that, please leave a comment and let me know how that goes. And then next we have Haunted Hearts. This one is a cursed romance coloring book. Wow. It's very scary and creepy. I think the composition is great. It's kind of complicated and complex, but it still gives you room to breathe and some empty space and not too tight. I can see that this artist is better in terms of designing the composition. A mix of love and horror. And this is my favorite page with the Polaroid camera. And at least this is not too creepy. Ooh. I think one time when I traveled to Japan, I might have stayed at a haunted hotel. Maybe at some point I will tell that story if you want to hear about it. Definitely talented artist. I may have to look up her books. This one is Mythographic. It's a thicker book compared to some previous one I show you. Here I was testing the Langua gel pen with some water brush. Didn't bleed through to the back, and the paper is still in good condition. So I may try that again sometime soon. The line work here is definitely thicker and more lively. Many animals and creatures in this book. Probably inspired by some fairy tales, zodiac or horoscope, I think. I think this book is definitely more doable. Maybe not the snake page. No, not into that. Some of the pages are quite beautiful. I think books from this series, I would recommend this one if you don't like too much horror. And then this one is Menagerie by Fabiana. This one is my favorite page. Look at the crane. The line work is very energetic, full of energy. A lot of animal related. Some could be a little bit too weird. But that's kind of the point with these books, isn't it? Yeah. Pretty weird stuff in this book. If you love to color animals, I think this book probably can work for you. A lot of animals in this book. It's just amazing how they come up with these ideas and composition full of items and elements on the page. It's a lot of work. Very impressive. And then I have this Dreamweaver. Wow. I think pages in this book, they are definitely much more complex and complicated. A lot of small details. It seems sometimes the line work is a little bit inconsistent. Could be challenging. If you plan to work on this book, I think you need to be more patient and try to tell yourself to stay calm and work on it part by part. Because definitely a lot going on with this book. Wow. These pages are very complex. This is like the total opposite of those cute and cozy coloring books. These are probably as complicated as it gets. And then I have this Beauty Horror 6 by Ellen Robert. I do like his book, very talented and unique artist. His style is very apparent. You recognize his style. This book is inspired by traditional famous artwork. I took an art history class when I was in college, so I do recognize some of the artworks, but not everything. If you don't mind the color bleed through to the back, you probably can use alcohol marker since the line is slightly thicker. It is very creative, turning the traditional ideas into his own. I bookmarked this page. Sitting on a stack of skulls. I probably shouldn't laugh about that. It's pretty scary. I think sometimes I laugh when I feel awkward. Create your own. Wow. I guess you can draw your own creepy artwork. And then test page. So at the back, it does tell you where the ideas came from. And then I have one more from Ellen Robert, Beauty Horror 7. This one is based on the music records. Based on the famous cover from the music industry, I guess. I just watched the monster show from Netflix. Definitely reminded me of that. He's so creative. I want to see him creating other type of coloring books. I hope he tries something normal like flowers and animals. I'm sure he can do well too because he is so talented. This is quite funny. Forgot to mention, this is definitely my favorite page. A lot of interesting stuff. So creative. And here is the create your own pages. Have any of you tried to create your own in this book? The test page and the information. Now I have this, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe coloring book. Fall is so beautiful in Pennsylvania, and looking at these images, I definitely can't wait to color this book. Love all this pumpkin design. This would be fun to color the pumpkin and squash and in different colors. The line work is pretty consistent. I think these are easy to color. I highly recommend this book if you want to find something to color in the fall. It's relaxing to just look at these images. And this are single page book, so you can use alcohol marker. The paper is in bright white color. And then I have this Creative Haven book, Forest and Woodland Wildlife. I think the artist's name is Martin Noble. I love his work. I've been trying to buy all his coloring books. The line is thinner. A lot of animal and nature related. The composition is excellent. Like all Creative Haven's book is single page, perforated pages. I love that the line work is consistent throughout the books. I love this page. I love the tree behind it, the owl. I think the composition just amazing. I noticed that he has different line consistency with his books. He managed to keep it consistent within a book, but when I bought some other books by him, the line work looks different. It's like he's able to switch up his styles. Very interesting artist. I guess he liked this page too. Saw this at Ollie's for $2. A little bit different, tropical Christmas. Why not? Did some testing. I think Christmas has some specific colors, so the color palettes for this book can be challenging because you don't want it to look too tropical. You still want to make it look like it's around Christmas time, right? This is my favorite from the book. Love the tropical leaf framing the birds. I think these are pink flamingo. I have heard that if you put pink flamingo outside your house, it means something. Have you heard about that? Pretty creative. I guess if you go somewhere tropical for your Christmas holiday, maybe you can bring along this book. That would be perfect. Very nice. Next, we have Mythical Fashions. I also found this from Ollie's. Very thin lines on the page. Looking through this, I believe these were drawn digitally because the line is too straight and too smooth. It may still be hand drawn, but I think these are drawn using some vector graphic software. The designs are very diverse culturally. If you like to color people, this is a good book. You get to practice a lot. Some of them seem to be inspired by fairy tales. And my favorite is this book. I think this is based on Egyptian culture, right? This is pretty cool. Great composition too. Next is this beautiful nature design by this artist. The line is thicker and seems to be a lot of repetitive patterns. A lot of nature inspired pattern with animals, flowers, insects. If you like pattern type, I think this could be pretty interesting. And then we have this, The Art of Mushrooms. Very unique looking mushroom. Heavily stylized. I'm just guessing, looking at these designs, I wonder the inspiration to be coming from AI reference photos. Just my speculation. If you like realistic mushrooms, this book probably not the right fit for you. And we have another book by Martin Noble, The Saturday Evening Post Americana. These are lovely, very nostalgic. It tells you where the reference artwork came from. I love his interpretation. The line work for this is just perfect. Baseball. A lot of opportunities you can practice on coloring people. My favorite would be this page. I think this would be a policeman buying ice cream. And then I have another book by Martin Noble. This one is called Peaceful World. At the back of this book, it says the pages are perforated, but I check and check and check. It's not. I thought my eyes have problem. This design depicting cultures from every corner of the world, very diverse. Kind of fun. This is my favorite page. Just beautiful. Love the floral design behind the persons. I want to color this page. With this book, you get to try a lot of stuff, since these are inspired by different cultures. And this book is much thicker too, compared to other Creative Haven's book. I love this book. Color test page. And then this book is Zen Garden. Perforated pages. Single page, so feel free to use different medium. Beautiful. Love the mushroom here. Very creative. So this is my favorite page in the book. Love the birds and the flowers. Shouldn't be too hard to color this. They are well-balanced pages. You do get some patterns, but not too much. Yeah, I think this book can be quite relaxing to color. I didn't know what to expect before buying this book, but I think I like it. And then I have this Alice Down the Rabbit Hole. It's an interesting concept because it opens this way. I guess to match the theme. So she going down and vertically, so the book is open this way. It's hard to do flip through with this book unless I turn it sideways. Maybe I should just turn it sideways. I know it's a little bit weird, but hopefully it works for you. The style is kind of quirky, but I love the line work. Very artistic. This is my favorite page with the monkeys and tiger hanging around this forest area. And I guess she just keep going down Alice. Alice is very busy. She show up on every page. I love her style. I hope she make more coloring books. This is a great one. And then I have this book by Joey. I bought this when I was on vacation. Look at the book binding style. It's very traditional. Thick cover, feel luxurious. Very thick paper. And your color test page. I was testing some watercolor on this page. It handled watercolor so well. Nothing at the back. Look at that. And because the book binding style, you can open the page completely most of the time. Lovely. And this is my favorite page. I love the kitchen scene and with the light. I wish my place looked beautiful like this. I try, but I'm not good at decorating space. Best paper for sure. I did see she has another book about Paris, but I didn't quite like the design in that book, so I picked this book instead. And then I have another book about interior space. Look at the cover, so luxurious, beautiful. Introduction. Wow, the color wheel. Let you practice color combo. Interesting book. And the interior space and the furniture, these are beautiful. I love the drawing of these furnitures. I don't think I see many people coloring interior coloring book, but I think these are beautiful too. It would be so fun. Love this. Butterflies. Oh wow. I I love this page with the dog sitting on the bed. It's perfect, isn't it? All you need is love. Can't agree more. Wow, look at the lamps. Beautiful. Love this book. And then I have these creative corners. This is a unique book because the line work is in blue color on a pure white paper. It's a single page design, not perforated though. So it's a little bit challenging to see the design because of these blue lines. Hopefully it shows up on the screen okay. This reminded me of Japanese comic book. Very talented artist for sure. Would love to see the artist do a regular book instead of the blue lines. Camping items. My favorite would be this. Perfect for Halloween. This looks like a Victorian style haunted mansion. So beautiful. The greenhouse. This book has many pages too. A lot of the pages has some really tiny details. If you want to challenge yourself, maybe you should try this book. I need to plan some color along, it will be fun. And then I have this fantastic coloring. I love this artist, so I saw this book was available, so I decided to purchase it. I think this is a compilation of his work. So you do see kind of a lot of different stuff, different subjects. He has a unique, interesting line work style. His line work is quite interesting. He's very good at drawing buildings. Very intricate. Some look like patterns. So if you love patterns, I think this is a good book to color. My favorite page. I think this probably look like a castle in Osaka maybe? Looks similar. Look at the cars. The old mobile phone. I've never tried this. I guess I'm not that old yet. I'm glad I bought this book. I like it a lot. And then this is cityscapes, glow in the dark coloring. So it's quite unique. This is actually my second copy. Bought it at Ollie. I thought for $3 I'll buy another copy because just because I like this artist's work. The pages are based on different cities, cityscape, and it's a fold out style. It's a very big fold out page, and you can see these are the material printed on the page that would glow in the dark. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it actually works. Beautiful. Maybe because I used to travel a lot, so looking at this, I just love it so much. It's hard for me to do a full fold out, so I'm going to just flip through. I guess to color this book, you may need a bigger space since the pages unfold in a really long size page. Venice is my favorite. Let's take a look. Isn't that beautiful? I want to go to Venice someday soon. I've been to Rome before, but not Venice. Just love this building. I know this video is kind of long. I'm near the end, so here is a Japanese coloring book, very popular. Love this. Very talented artist, amazing artwork. I think Japanese artists, they are very good at the composition, the line work, the balance of the page. French Bulldog, my favorite. I can see why people love this book so much. Definitely a great book, good value. But too bad it's printed on both sides, so it will be limited in terms of if you want to use alcohol marker or watercolor. Beautiful pages. A grayscale page here, surprise. Oh, are these some cut out postcards? Message card that you can cut out? That's very interesting. And these are my favorite pages. It's a spread. Beautiful. How the nature go around the deer. I think these are deers, right? Just wonderful. And then I finally bought her book. These are drawn by using toothpicks. I know, very interesting. Look like the book is using cream color paper. I wasn't sure about this book, but now having this book in my hand, I can see why people love her work. The line work is very organic and natural. It also helps that the line is in kind of a brown color. My favorite page is this, a two-page spread of the buildings. Yeah, I can definitely see why people love her book. After having this book, I can see why it's so popular. A lot of wonderful design. I finally bought this book and I'm really happy with it. Something at the back. Look like some kind of a fold out, big fold out page for you to color. So after I bought this book, I decided to buy this as well. Cannot stop at one, right? She is so good. This is the second tier, Romantic Country. Hopefully, these are not the same book, right? I think they are not. This is the first time I flipped through this page because this just arrived today. I know you can find more of her books on Amazon. So I probably will buy more. Love it, love it. So talented. Amazing design. Books from Japan, they are always so good. I think probably because Japan has a lot of talented artists. So it's not easy to get discovered if you're not that good. Competition is fierce. Maybe why the well-known Japanese artists, they are so good. And they are very unique too. So that's it for today's haul video. The reason I want to do this long haul video because I want to film it so that I know what I bought and also gave me an opportunity to look it through to see what I want to color next. After seeing me showing all the books I bought recently, do you know which book I'm going to start first? Can you guess? Anyway, I'm excited to have this book and I can't wait to start color them. This is a great hobby and I'm blessed you guys are joining me. I'm going to turn the camera off and go work on some coloring now. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. I hope you have a great day, great week, and enjoy whatever you're passionate about. Talk to you again soon. Bye.